right, good morning, church family. Much time we got left. Psalms 90:8 says this: Thou hast set our iniquities before thee. You have set our. So David is saying God has set our iniquities, our shortcomings, before himself. Comma. You know what that comma means? To pause and chew the meat. David said, did I say Paul? I'm sorry. David said, just in case, you, speaking to God, has set our iniquities, that's your shortcomings, before you. In other words, God, you took our shortcomings and set it before yourself, and you fixing to examine our secret sins in the light of your constant, that's his face or his presence. What did David say? Your deepest and darkest secrets, only the Father knows. Think about that. You are never in privacy. You never, I don't care about Rockwell and Michael Jackson. Always watching. God is always watching us. Now let's open it up in context. Thou hast set our iniquities. What's iniquity mean? Deviation from what is right. Gross injustice, sin, and wickedness. You have, this is what he says. You have set our wickedness, our sins, that's what iniquity means, before yourself. Our secret sins. You know, the things that you do when ain't nobody else around. In the secret, that's who you really are, is when you are by yourself. Think about that, folks. We're not getting away with anything. Most of the time, when the flesh getting ready to do something it ain't supposed to be doing, it always wants to look around to see if anybody looking. Yes, there's somebody looking. Okay. Verse 9, for all our days are passed away in your wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are 70 and 10. So 70, a score is 20. 3 of them is 60 plus 10. That's 70. And if by reason of strength they are by 80, that's 80. A score is 20. 4 is 80. Yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Okay? Remember that, folks. Your secret sin, God is going to examine. Genesis 1:14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Pause right there. This is how I know, when I brought up that 2002 study and the 1993 study, that I heard in my spirit, and we all know this, that these pagan calendar systems are rotten. God said, this is where God says your calendar is, and look at the numbers, it's 14. So that is, knowing the times and the season brings salvation, because 14 is the number of salvation. So a lot of people that run around, don't know man, know the hour. Oh, I don't know, we don't need to be looking at that. Those are the ones who is going to be unaware. 14, look at the D code here. Our salvation, what did Jesus say in Revelation 2:3? Watch therefore, so that you do know the hour in which I will come upon thee. 14, this is Revelation 19 and 14. Those who have found salvation and was plucked away, we come back with him. God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide day from night, light from dark. Let this be for signs, for seasons, and for days and years. Folks, that's the calendar right there. God said, use the firmament, not the firmament, use the sun and the moon to know the times, days, and the years. That's our true calendar, not these pagan calendars that we use today. Pagan. January is named after Janus, a Roman lowercase god of beginnings and endings. This is when Rome made it official during their time of reign that the first of the year would be January 1st. That's not God's time. I just showed you where God said how we're supposed to keep time. Not by doing this, not by these Julius Caesar calendar. Pagan, named after pagan gods. February is named after February, a Roman purification festival that took place on the 15th of the month. April is named in Latin is Apriro, which means to open, because flowers bloom. That's springtime. May is named, now this is there's a lot of lists out there, and most of them are pretty much the same. Named after Maia, a Greek goddess, lowercase goddess, daughter of Atlas, mother of Hermes. June, okay, the god of fertility, which is also supposed to be said about May too. So, you know, take your pick. Now, most are in Latin, okay. January is named after Januarius, okay, which is Rome. Again, Rome has a lot to do with this, and the timing and the change. Daniel 7 and 25, I believe, to think to change the times in the law all the way up until the tribulational period. February, okay, Roman festival, purification, okay. Just to let you know, March is named after Mars, okay. April, again, derived the Latin Aprilis, according to the time of fertility. So April, May, June is the time people be getting it on. We all grown here. Don't act, ooh, don't do that. Again, April, May, June. These are all named after goddesses. June is the 6th month. Half of the year is named after goddesses. The other half are named after numbers. June is the 6th month named. It is named the days of Julius Caesar. Considered the 4th month. But June was after Julius Caesar and June and July. Okay. August is Octavius, which is 8. 9. September is named after 7. Okay. October derived from Latin root octo, which means 8. So you got 2 months that are named after, that have an octo. So we know that October is octo, which is 8. Go back up here. Which was the other one? August is the 8th month in the Gregorian calendar. No, so it was just October. Wait. It's Octavius. Okay. Either way, all pagan. Okay. All pagan stuff. All man-made stuff, which is not God's calendar. So when people were making these Rapture calendar God videos, that's why they kept getting them wrong, because you're using a pagan system to calculate. Now, here's another study on the days of the week, and they're pagan, also heavily influenced by Rome. Okay. Now, let's get down here to, okay, from the day of the sun to the day of the moon, Roman gods became Nordic weekday names. Okay. So in Nordic countries, the sun, which is Sunday, Monday is named after the moon. Okay? Mars became Tyra or Tuesday. Mercury became Odin, which is crazy to say, but it's Thor, which we at Marvel, Hollywood. So Thor, the one with the hammer, is for Wednesday. Thursday, you get into Venus became Frigg, which is Friday. Jupiter became Thor. Thor is Thursday, so Thor is Thursday. Thursday is Thor Day. Friday is Frigg Day. Saturday came outside the system. Saturday means hot water day. So it is all kind of pagan crap going on. But Saturn is Sunday. Okay. Saturday was also named after the moon, after the planet. All pagan stuff here, folks. All pagan. And this is the calendar system that that people like to argue with one another over about what day that they would like to consider a Sabbath day. And you're arguing over Saturn Day, which is Saturday, or you're going to argue over Sunday, which is worship the Sunday, not S-O-N, but S-U-N Day. So when I had those Hebrew Dummalites used to argue, well, you're gonna go to church on Sunday, it was always either Saturday or Sunday. It was a big argument. But you're arguing over a pagan name of the week. That's also the trap that you're pulling yourself into. Jesus is our rest, which is daily after the death, burial, and resurrection. He is our peace and our rest. That's why his name is the Prince of Peace, which is also the Prince of Rest. Okay? So again, I always say, and I used to go at it with some of these folks. I said, so you take one day out of the week, which I don't have a problem with. That's what off days are for. You know, you're supposed to chill after your labor. God said you're supposed to sit back and enjoy the fruit of your labor. Okay? But my thing spiritually is for those that like to argue that point. So you're going to take one day and give it all to God, and you're going to behave. You're going to be a good boy. You're going to be a good girl. So what about that one day when it's over with? So that means you go back to being a fool? This is the argument about Jesus being our rest every day. We're supposed to be doing that every day. You're never going to rest from work and labor until you're standing at the throne. That's true rest from our labor, which that's when we're seen standing on a sea of glass clear as crystal. That means we're resting from our labor. Even when you're supposed to be resting, you're still working. You're still going to find something to get up and do, because we're in work mode. We're in boot camp mode while we're down here. But you should rightly have time off. You shouldn't work yourself into the ground at the same time. You do have to rest. But spiritual rest, natural rest, we will never get. Even in your sleep, you are restless and wake up not refreshed. So it depends on what level of thinking you're on, because a lot of people, that's a big argument. I tend not to get into those arguments because, again, Jesus is our rest. This is supposed to be the Sabbath day. I got you. I grew up 7-day Adventist. My grandmother, that's what they believed in on Friday at sundown, with no electricity, nothing happening until sunrise the next day. But personally, you choose that day, especially if you work like me. You have plenty of days to rest and not do anything. But even in the days I'm going to rest, I'm still uploading videos and finding new stuff. So we will never rest in this natural state, in this realm. Our rest will come when we're standing with the Prince of Peace at the throne, standing on that glass as clear as a sea of crystal. That's the rest part, where we won't be doing anything. And we'll finally be able to go,